Hey guys, we're gonna start the second part of your first lesson. So we're just gonna get right into it. So they give us a triangle and they asking us to find all the angles and all the sides. But before we begin, I just want to make it clear that the angles are going to be represented by capital letters. So if you see A, B, C, and the sides are going to be represented by lowercase letters, A, B, and C. Also notice that your angle A, the side of lowercase a is directly opposite of it. So C, directly opposite. Angle B, the side of B is directly opposite of it. So now let's start getting the information that they already give us. So they tell us that angle A is 28 degrees. So let's put that in, 28 degrees. They tell us that the side of B is 15. So I'm going to put the side of B is 15. And they also tell us that angle C is 90 because they put a square there, which pretty much tells us that that is a right triangle. So every single triangle is made up of 180 degrees. So if we already are given two different angles, we should be able to find the last angle. The only thing you have to do is 90 plus 28. So if you do 90 plus 28, you're going to end up getting 118. And then to find the last side, all you need to do is 180 minus 118. And you should be getting 62. So I'm going to just put that in. This is going to be 62 degrees. And I'm going to put that in over here too. So now we just need to find A and C. I recommend just choosing an angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose angle A, and then I'm going to do SOHCAHTOA again. So if I write out SOHCAHTOA, TOA. And now I'm just going to label all my sides. So since this is my right angle, if I go opposite of it, that's going to be my hypotenuse. Since I'm using this angle, if I go opposite this angle, this is going to be my opposite. And then the side that's directly next to it is going to be my adjacent. So since we have B, I'm going to be making sure that I'm using my adjacent. So first I need to find my opposite. So the one that has adjacent and opposite, sorry, a little mistake, that should be an A, is going to be tangent. So now I'm just going to put everything in. Tan of 28, since I'm using that angle, is equal to my opposite, which is A, over adjacent, which is 15. So now if I put this over 1, cross multiply, so I multiply these two together and these two together, you're going to end up getting A is equal to 15 tan of 28. And this you can just put into your calculator. I'm just going to remind you guys again, make sure that you go to mode in your calculator. So let me turn it on first. Go to mode and make sure that it is in degrees. It should not be radians, it should be in degrees. So now if I put this into my calculator, 15 tan of 28, I'm going to end up getting A is equal to 7.98. I'm just rounding to the nearest hundredth, so A is going to be 7.98. So now I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to solve for C now. So I'm still going to use my adjacent, and I'm going to look for which one has the hypotenuse. So adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So for here, if I do the cosine of 28, my adjacent is 15. And I do not know what my C is. So here, once again, we put over 1 and we cross multiply. We are trying to solve for C. If you're getting confused because there's two C's, just change it to an X. It's not that big of a deal. So if I cross multiply, I'm going to end up getting 15 is equal to X cosine of 28. And then you just divide out the cosine of 28. So once you divide that out, you could just put into your calculator 15 divided by the cosine of 28, and you end up getting x is equal to 16.99. And that's how you do this type of problem. There's one more problem that you guys have in your homework. So let me get rid of all this. And that is a word problem. So for your word problem, the example that I'm going to give you guys is that there is a parasailor up in the air. So a parasailor is attached to a 72-foot rope. The angle of elevation is 28 degrees. And then the question is going to ask you to determine how high is the parasailor. So what you're going to do is that you're going to create your right triangle. So I have my right triangle. It's right here. They say that the length of the rope is 72 feet. So if you just think of a boat and a parasailor is going to go directly up in the air like this. So that rope is going to be your hypotenuse is 72 feet. They say the angle of elevation is 28 degrees. So your angle of elevation is going to be at the very bottom. So that is going to be 28 degrees. And then lastly, they're asking you how high up is the person. So that is going to be this side over here. So once you have all that information, I'm going to first label my triangle. So just like before, right angle, one across from it is your hypotenuse. Go to your angle, one across from it is your opposite, and then the last side is your adjacent. I'm then going to write out SOHCAHTOA. And I'm going to figure out which one I need to use. So I need one that has the opposite because I need to solve for x. And since they gave us our hypotenuse, I need something with O and H, which means I'm going to be using sine. So I'm going to set it up. Sine of my angle, which is 28, is equal to x over 72. Put this over 1, cross multiply. You're going to get x is equal to 72 sine of 28. So that then this is that you're just going to put into your calculator. So then you have 72 sine of 28. So you end up getting x is equal to 33.80. This is where it counts to have units. Since this is a word problem, you have to say that it is 33.80 feet. And that's how you do a word problem.